Everybody, how you doing? This is Chris Allen coming to you live on another segment of On the Grind, a show where we spotlight everyday entrepreneurs out here making things happen for themselves and truly creating their own stimulus package. And today we are in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm telling you, the weather here, whew, my wife told me I had to take off my coat, so I'm not going to wear my coat, y'all. But listen, this is live, and we're doing it right here at Panera's. Plug. I'm going to have to get some money out there pretty soon. That's another show. But listen, I am sitting here with a special guest. Her name is Angee Robertson. And I'm telling you, she is definitely on the move, making things happen in Jacksonville. So I want to welcome to the show, Angee Robertson.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Thank you for having
Good.
me.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Angee Robertson. I am the owner of Sheic Space, and that is a portal for women business owners who want to get inspiration to create a delicious workspace for themselves. And yeah, so I'm doing that.
Now, when we talked earlier off camera, you said you're not even from Jacksonville, Florida.
No, I'm originally from Panama City, Florida.
Okay.
And then we moved up to Birmingham, Alabama for about 7 years, and then we decided we wanted to be back in Florida because the weather's awesome. Except for today. And so we moved here about almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you say you have a business, and it's called Sheic
Space.
Sheic Space. Tell us a little bit about Sheic Space.
Sheic Space, I started it because I work out of my house, and I have a virtual business, so I'm online all the time, and I found myself never getting out of the office, and I wanted to interact with women online and find out more about what female entrepreneurs were doing, and more importantly, what they're doing with their office space. And so I started an online magazine where I feature women business owners in their office space, and I profile their business and talk about their business, and then I feature their space and take pictures of their office space and feature it online.
And do you find that there's a difference? Because I know your magazine, I know it's talking about Sheic Space. Do you feel there's a difference between the male space and the female space? What's going on with that?
Well, I do in some respects because, except for my husband, I did his office. He works with me in the business, and I redid his office, and he loves it. And I just made it a little bit more authentic to who he is, which is what Sheic Space is all about.
Okay.
Really creating a space that's authentic to who you are, and not conforming to, like, if you worked in a corporate job, having that brown cubicle desk and, you know, a brown chair and whatever. It's really about just making a space really reflect who you are as a person.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, me and you had an opportunity to speak off camera, and one of the things about this particular show is always talking about the creativity within entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I've always found out with entrepreneurs that this is not their first time doing a particular business. So tell us about your background and actually your entrepreneurial experience.
Well, I started, I worked in the corporate world. I worked mostly in academia, and really enjoyed it, but I was always bored working. I just never could do enough in my job. I know that sounds crazy. So I decided to start a business, and I actually started my first company, which is a virtual assistant business called Freedom to Focus. And I started that about 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago. I still have that business, and it still runs. I just don't promote it anymore. And started that business, and then it just kind of, you know, as every entrepreneur has, we all have these ideas and creative thoughts. I started other businesses, and my Freedom to Focus business, although it served certain aspects of who I was, it wasn't everything about me that I wanted to explore. And so Sheic Space kind of picks up where Freedom to Focus leaves off, and it really allows me to extend myself even more creatively.
So you have four?
I have 4 different businesses. I do.
Four businesses,
I know.
all going right now.
Yeah, all going right now.
Really? Now
Yeah.
you always hear people talking about, you don't want to do multiple businesses. Do one.
Yeah.
Focus on something. Do that very, very well.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
I have to somewhat agree. I mean, it's always good to have these ideas, and you can have them percolate in the background. And what I've been finding is, even though I started all 4 of these businesses, I do have 2 that I'm mainly focusing on.
Okay.
I find that opportunities are arising with those other businesses as they need to, and they're still percolating, but I don't have to jump out there and get to them right away. But it's really interesting that things will come my way that I would have never thought otherwise, and probably wouldn't have come my way had I not started those businesses. So
That's good. So what's the next step for you and your future and some of the other business that you have going on? What's this next step?
My next step is to continue to grow Sheic Space. I really want to move more into media with it. I've got Sheic Space TV, where I do little snippets of videos, whether it's featuring a business owner in their office space, which is a goal that I have, or doing more with a publication magazine and having more contributing authors and things like that with Sheic Space magazine, and taking that to another level. Maybe even getting into creating and designing some office products and office furniture and that sort of thing. So
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Angee, I definitely appreciate you hanging out with us on the show.
Absolutely.
And go ahead and tell everybody actually how they can get in contact with you.
Sure. If you want to reach me, you can check out my website at sheicspace.com, and that's www.sheicspace, and it's spelled SHEIC space.com.
That's it. All right, everybody, that's it for another show of On the Grind. Remember, don't talk about it, be about it.